G'day, I'm Thomas Kyle of Sea Down Timaroo, and today we're doing a road run. We're heading up to Methven. We've got Burrell 3255 and the Robey over there in Mackay's and Burrell 2618. And it's about 80 odd Ks. We'll probably have a stop in Geraldine and Mayfield, and then we'll head up to Methven for the Methven Show, which is in a couple of weeks' time. And for us, after the Methven Show, we're carrying on up to McLean's Island for the Steam Extravaganza in April.
Yep, g'day, I'm Innes Mackay from Geraldine, and this is my granddad's 1913 Robey road locomotive. She's an 8-horse compound, built 1913, and he brought it in 1960 and used it a wee bit on the farm. And since his passing, we've been taking care of it down on our farm at Four Peaks, and she's a great old tart, goes terrific, and it is a Rolls Royce of a machine. Today we're going to Methven. Got a bit of a road run up to mate's place in Methven. We've been at the Winchester A&P Show for the weekend, and it should be a very good run.
So Burrell 3255 was built in 1910. She's a 3-speed single-cylinder 8-horse barrel. On springs, and she's really the Rolls Royce of traction engines. Can't find much better.
Good morning, I'm Graham Urquhart from Timaroo, and beside Burrell 2618, which was brought to New Zealand in 1904. The owner of it is now Bruce Washington from Timaroo. I'm just a custodian who sort of looks after it and maintains it and keeps it going. It's been parked up for a long time, so in the last 6 months we've probably done Christmas parades and stuff like that. So it's good to see the old girl out. I first started hanging around when Pat Walsh from Timaroo bought it and restored it, and I was probably 14, and yeah, I've sort of been with it ever since. It's a good old engine, and yeah.
It's always an early rise on the day of the road run. Waking up these elderly giants of the steam era is much like waking up a teenager. If you want to be at the gate by 8, you have to start at 6. These engines have been in steam the day before and are still warm, which makes it easier to get started. All the same, young Innes Mackay is first out of bed at 5:30 to light the Robey's fire. 100 years ago, this spectacle would have been an everyday occurrence here in South Canterbury, with the many threshing gangs at harvest time working 16-hour days to produce the season's grain. The fires are started off on wood, which brings the steel boilers up to temperature slowly and evenly, for want of not stressing the internal components. Gradually, the engines come to life and the pressure gauges move in unison with the sunrise. By 7:30, the final checks are being made and the last of the oil being added to many of the moving parts.
Right.
It's time to hit the road, and Thomas Kyle is driving 3255 with Caleb Riley as a steersman. The first leg of the journey, from Winchester to Geraldine, is fairly plain sailing, good straight roads, although a slight uphill gradient as we climb towards the mountains. Down the road, we catch the Robey, which left ahead of everybody else by about 20 minutes. Innes Mackay is driving, and Bryce Chisnell is steering. Despite leaving so much earlier, the gap is slowly closing between the Burrell and the Robey. Geraldine is reached, and the engines make a fine sight cruising up the main street. Slowly catching up also is 2618, driven by Graham Urquhart and steered by Cairo Brook. Cruising down the inland scenic route, and the Robey is back in the lead. Burrell 3255 is geared higher than the Robey and is itching to get ahead again. Finally, the Robey has pulled over for water and the Burrells sails on by.
Hot and oily.
Bryce and Innes make a good team. Bryce on water, Innes on oil.
We're just on the Geraldine side of Rangitata, and everything's going absolutely perfect. Just giving the old girl a drink of water and oil, and we're making very good time. It's all going well.
500 metres down the road, the Burrell has also stopped for water. As soon as they see the Robey move off, they're out of there. Crossing the Rangitata River. Off the bridge is a gentle rise, but the real obstacle is trying to avoid the heavily divoted patches of shingle where patches of the tarmac are being relaid. Let's just say that suspension on traction engines generally takes a minimalistic approach at the best of times. Most of today's route is under the shadow of Mount Peel, which stands at 1,743 metres above sea level and currently bears no snow as it's the beginning of autumn. The temperature today is also pushing 30 degrees Celsius, making the job of standing in front of a big coal fire hard going. Another stop to check the oil. Innes has been adjusting some of the wicks to make them feed better and has been stopping every half an hour or so to check them. Meanwhile,
it smells terrific. Let's cut myself. Oh no! Just keep it on top of the spade. I think I can get some water. Is it pointing sideways?
I'll point it up.
Water.
So we're just at a water stop outside of Mayfield now. We've managed to beat the Robey, so we're going pretty good, I think. And the other Burrells a bit further behind too. But we'll be pulling up to Panthers Rock, which is a wee pub in Mayfield for a bit of lunch, and then we'll carry on up to Mayfield. But freaking hot today, holy moly! No, we're going good.
Mayfield is reached, and what a relief it will be to get out of the hot sun.
We're here now at the Mayfield pub after a run for about 4 hours. And, as you can see, we're the first ones here. The other boys are a wee bit slower than us, but it doesn't really matter. You know, we'll wait here for them and then we'll convoy away. Doesn't get better than that, does it? I want to go have a beer now. Thirsty.
Good red van. Go, go, go. Good on you.
Well, we made it to Mayfield, to the pub. It's pretty hot. I think it's about 28 degrees or 30 degrees or something. But you know, these Robeys, they go even real good in the heat. So she's still been a pleasurable run so far. Everything's gone well. But I can think of better things to do today, and one of them would be jumping in a water race. But nevertheless, it's all gone well. So we're looking forward to the next part of the journey.
For those overseas, a water race is a man-made stream for the purpose of irrigation.
Guys.
Good, you enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you for the meal.
You're welcome.
After some lunch in the air-conditioned pub, the crews face the challenging task of leaving the pub and carrying on out in the heat. By this point, the regulator handle is just about too hot to touch. 2618 sits calmly, ready to take on more water. Meanwhile, crossing the Ashburton River, and the trip is just about over. The Burrell has arrived at the farm and awaits the arrival of the Robey.
It's been a really terrific day today. Everything's gone well. I think all the engines have performed very well. It's been very hot. Certainly looking forward to a cold shower after that, and maybe a ginger beer. Looking forward to the Methven show in a couple of weeks' time. It'll be great fun. Good to have a few more engines there than usual. And it's all in all, it's been a great day, and good to have more than just one engine coming up to Methven for once, so it's been good.
Time to park the engines in the shed and lay them up for the next few weeks until the Methven show. They've travelled about 68 kilometres and need to be de-ashed, cleaned and filled with water for next time. Finally, we see 2618 arriving at the farm, driven by Cairo Brook and steered by Rue McClellan.